If you've ever felt overwhelmed by all the conflicting health advice out there, you're not alone. I've been there too. I still am in many ways. There's so much noise, and even when your heart's in the right place, it can feel hard to know what's true. But I've been walking through that confusion, and I want to share what's been helping me find clarity and peace one step at a time. When I first started exploring natural health, the whole food plant based lifestyle really made sense to me. I love the freedom of eating real food, and since I've always loved animals, of course I love not using animal products. For a while, I felt better, my mind was clearer, and I felt light and clean. But eventually, I realized that my body definitely needed more, especially fat and protein. I could tell I wasn't getting everything I needed. That's when I came across the work of Agenis Vonderplanitz, author of We Want to Live, and the concept of raw primal foods. It was completely different from anything I had learned before, but something about it clicked. Raw meat, raw fat, I started to feel nourished in a way I never had before. What really amazes me is how much your views can shift over time. What once felt like the only right answer now just felt like one chapter in the journey. But the common thread I kept coming back to was whole, raw, real food. I've learned to be really careful about who I listen to. I look for people who've seen real results in their own lives or in the lives of the people they work with. If someone has actually healed something, especially something people say is impossible to heal, that's something I really pay attention to. I've never been one to chase trends because they come and go and often don't have a solid foundation. I try to stay grounded in what's gotten results in real life, what makes sense, and the wisdom from people who've come before us. That's helped me filter out a lot of noise and come back to what's simple and true. One thing I've realized is the truth doesn't fear investigation. I have nothing to lose from digging deeper and learning from experience, and a lot to gain. I've learned to trust my body and listen to my own experience. I stay grounded by reflecting on nature and the scriptures, always going back to the way we were made and how we were meant to live. But sadly, things have changed since the beginning, and realistically, that affects what we need to thrive now. And there's a wisdom in striking that balance. Lately, I've been really curious about whether we actually need all the supplements we're told to take. I've been moving away from synthetic vitamins and toward real food, especially raw and fermented foods, sunlight, walking, grounding on the earth, and mindset. Prayer and faith are also indispensable in finding my way to creating a life that's healthy, purposeful, and fulfilling. I'm still figuring it out, but I know this. There's genius in simplicity, and truth is always simple. If you've been in the weeds too, trying to figure out what to believe and how to take care of your body, here's what I have to say to you. Trust yourself. Trust your intuition. Your body will tell you what it needs if you will listen. Learn from people who've gotten real results, but then come back to yourself. You are the CEO of your health. The final choices are yours to make. Don't ever let anyone take that from you, no matter what. You can't go wrong with real whole food, especially raw, especially fermented. Walk, get sunlight, touch the earth. We complicate so much, but one thing we can learn from nature is that animals are instinctively wise, and they live simple lives. Only when they are domesticated do they start to develop the kinds of chronic physical and mental problems that are rampant in our modern society, and that's not a coincidence. If you're walking this path too, I'd love to stay connected. I'll link something below that's been helpful for me recently. Maybe it'll help you too.